Hey y'all, welcome. So we are out here in the yard today. It is Sunday, it is sunny, it is February 2nd, and we're going to clear this bed here out. You can see that these, they were still alive, so I didn't want to pull them up. So they just basically died a couple months ago, of course, and it's been cold. So we're going to pull up all of these lion ear plants because they basically just took this over last year. And I'm going to do everything I can to prevent them from coming back because they are extremely invasive. They're very invasive plants, so I don't like that. And then this is our sunflower bed. And this is pretty much cleaned out. You can see that there are onions, baby, and they growing. Look at this. These were put in here last year. And you can see that we actually have a bulb formation coming here. And look at this one. Oh my gosh, I have onions. There's another one. I didn't even know. Here's another one. So I got almost all nice sized onions down here. I planted those last summer. So we're going to clean this bed out. And my poppies are going to go in this back bed here because this is usually my wildflower bed. So they're going to go back there. Okay, so we got that. And then, of course, we're going to have the sunflower wall here again this year. And there will be sunflowers completely across this entire yard here. Now, if you see where I have my bees now, I'm going to move them because as you can see, this is just all just in my head. So if I'm hopping around, just go with it. Okay, so as you can see, the location that I have these in, these were in this location last year. And as you can see, it's just direct sun. So I think it was getting too hot here. I didn't really think it through. It's like you think it through, but then you don't. And so you don't want to put your bees in an area where there is just continuous sun on them. And we did that last year, and they hung around for quite a while. And then I think it was like right at the end there that they left. They literally left. So I'm gonna have to redo some of the paint on these, but other than that, we're doing good here. So we're gonna move this area, and I'm gonna put them in 3 different locations. So I've ordered the bees. All I have to do is go pick them up. So you guys are totally going to go with me when we pick up the bees. Last year, I was scared as hell because I had not been around them. But this year, I'm just like, whatever. I sit them up in the front. No, I won't. I won't. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do over here. All right. And as you can see, this was my tomato wall. And these were still here up until a couple months ago as well. You can still see his tomatoes on here. So we're going to pull this up today. I think that I'm going to put my moonflowers up here because they can grow up onto my little trellis that I have on here, and it will be really pretty big white giant moonflowers. I'm thinking about that. Okay, and then this is my other trellis and wall, and then that one is like direct sun, so it has to be something that loves some sun. And most things that are vining love sun. See, this is one of the lion ear plants, and then this is my other wall here. We don't know yet what we're gonna put here. I might do cucumbers again because they grew nicely. So yeah, this is the bed that we're going to clean now. Clean out all my stuff that I got over here. And then I'm probably going to move my greenhouse because I have 2. You can see Max. And then I'm also going to get a new hammock that's going to go. And probably a different type of umbrella. He just don't know it yet. That's going to go over my little hammock area here, which I love. He built this hammock stand. My tunnel here, we're going to do something different this year. So what I'm thinking about that I want to order is a new type of gourd. It's a caveman gourd. And I know it's going to be too heavy for this because I'm going to reinforce this year. Last year, y'all check out those videos from last year with my gourd archway. It had got out of control. When it rained one day and we came out and everything had collapsed. So, yeah. All right, so we're going to end up moving this greenhouse. And then again, this is going to be the sunflower wall here. We're going to move this greenhouse. I'm going to repair it. I'm probably going to sew this back together. But this is one of the cheapest greenhouses ever. Like the actual plastic is coming away. So I'm going to have to do something about that too. So maybe I'll show you guys how to repair a cheap ass greenhouse. And then I have a little bed back there. I don't know what I'm going to do. And that walker my husband uses to work out. Check out his channel, Bees, Beds, and Boxing. He does a lot of working out on there with the different stuff, the tire and everything. And then, of course, this area here usually has my bulbs, my gladiolas, and when they open, they are a show. Max is hiding behind the bird feeder, the bird bath. And we put this whole thing here. This basically used to just be a bath just sitting there, a bird bath, and then we put the thing around it, and it's always filled with flowers. And like, for some reason, we got morning glories and stuff growing in back there now. So we're gonna have to reseed this whole side here, because this was the side that they did last year with the stack. So as you can see, the grass did not come back, and it was starting to die last year anyway. So we are going to put in more grass seed. You guys will see us doing that. This back here, I'm going to have all giant Indian corn. So it's basically going to cover this whole entrance back here. You won't be able to see. And it's going to be all giant Indian corn. Last year, it was taller than the garage. Back here, I'm going to have more sunflowers. Last year, I just threw a bunch of seeds down, and I had just sunflowers everywhere. This is the other greenhouse that I have to get ready. So this has sorghum, and it's going to self-seed because it was growing already. When it was still warm, it was growing back in December. So it's going to be sorghum. Plus, I'm going to throw out more. So this year, I didn't use my seed, my sorghum, or my Job's Tears, because I plan on planting it so I can get a bigger harvest this year. All right. So, yeah. And then back here this time, we have watermelon, and we got a bunch of the orange glow watermelons that came in. They were pretty good, but I am a fan of my red, and that's what we're going to go back to this year. The year before last, we had like, I don't know how many watermelon growing. This is the hive that I'm going to start them all off in, though, right here. My bees. This is another bed that we built that's going to have sunflowers. It's going to be another sunflower wall here like it was last year. This is my bees, my 8 count hive, and this is the one when I bring them home, they're going to go in this one, and then I'm going to do a double brood chamber this year, especially for the 8 count. I want to build up the numbers and then split. So you're going to be following me while I do that with my bees this year. So I feel a whole lot more comfortable working with them. I know I've learned so much, and I can apply it this year to my bees that I'm going to be picking up sometime in April. And then this time I'm not like scared like I was last year. I was like, oh my gosh, I got to go pick up the bees. This year I'm like, come on. Like, I'm ready, y'all. I got drawn out comb frames. I got so much stuff. And then you can see that last year also, this was the loofah. The loofahs were planted over here. And then there were more sunflowers that were tall, and there are going to be more there next year. And then, of course, you got my bee area, which is going to be moved. So we're going to make this like a little sitting area. I think we're going to keep the little fence that we put in here. And then I'm going to just have vining plants growing up this fence here. So that's going to be pretty nice flowers. That is going to be beautiful. You can see how we got our beds at the bottom here. I'm not doing beans this year either, because they attracted so many pests last year. It was starting to get annoying. And then the other thing that I'm going to be planting out here in my, we sunk this in the ground, in my little buckets here that I have on the side of my ark, is spinach and kale. We plant spinach and kale, and then I dry it out every year, powder, turn it into a nice powder, and then I put it in capsules, and then we have a nice green capsule every year from our garden. So yeah, I'm going to have kale and spinach and these here. And there's a lot more. There's a lot more that I'm going to be doing this year. Hopefully you guys will join me. Last year was entertaining, and this year I promise it'll be better. Why did I think that this was a mouse? Look at this. I thought that this was a mouse. I just jumped and almost just... Oh, Lord. Okay, let me get back on. I hope you guys will join me this year. And then let me show you guys one more thing. So I have all these gourds that were out here drying, right? And I came out here today because I haven't been out in a while. Look at all these. These are all going to have to just be cleaned. And they are ready, y'all. So I got a bunch of dry gourds. This is the one my husband painted for our Halloween date night. So his lived. I don't think mine made it. Or unless this is it. I don't know. Mine probably did make it. This is another bottleneck. That one didn't do too well. And then these are all the Peru Sugar Bowl gourds. All I got to do is wash all of these off, and then they'll be ready to be painted. And then my gourd did not make it because it's here on the ground. Smashed up. And another thing I know is we're going to have gourds growing everywhere this year, because there were gourds over here too. And as you can see, it looks like these didn't make it either. No, this one might, that one might, but these are not. So yeah, so I'm gonna show you guys how I plant my poppies, and then yeah, we just gonna grow for this 2025 growing season. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, so as you can see, we got this cleared back here. Of course, there are still like weeds growing up. So I'm going to take my rake and pull some more of those out. But as you can see, most of the stuff is cleared. And then these are the sunflower stems that I was able to keep. They're pretty sturdy. If I couldn't bend it, then I'm keeping it to use as a support for some of my other ones as they're growing in. So I'll go back so you can see them. And I just got a bunch of those leaned against my trellis wall. And then this is a pile of the trash that's going to be taken out. And we cleared the tomato wall here. The tunnel is going to be what it is. We cleared the sunflowers from here. I cleared the tunnel of the overgrown vines that were growing up, those big ones. But it's almost impossible to get this off of here. It's just a lot of structure. I guess it'll help the other stuff to climb up. These are more of my sunflower poles that I'm going to keep to use to splint the sunflowers as they're growing in. And then my husband is back here clearing the last bits. And this is back by the other greenhouse. I pulled that thing that was growing in out finally that had taken root. So all I got to do is go in and repair and get this ready for this new growing season. And then let me show you guys the gourds. So we're pretty much cleared out here. And I'm going to be putting some poppy seeds down shortly. But I'm going to show you all the gourds that we were able to save. They're up here. So you look at all those. So they just need to be washed off. Now this is not a good one. See, that's not a good one. It just shatters. But these are pretty sturdy. So we got a bunch of them. All right, y'all. So join me when I plant these poppies, and that's coming up. All right, y'all. So now I'm rethinking this. Do I want to put the poppies here? I think that would be really cool. Or do I want to put them over there? Oh, the decisions you have to make. I'm thinking I'm going to go here with these because this is an easier bed for me to get to. And it'll be easier for me to remember where I put everything. So I have some eggshell powder that I make with the eggshells from when I bake. And I basically just put it in the oven to kill the bacteria that can grow in eggs. And then I put it in my NutriBlender and blend it up. And then I just sprinkle it out in my garden beds every year. And then my husband has some compost that he's going to throw in. And then I'm just going to surface sow these poppy seeds. All right, so he's putting in his compost. And then I'm going to hand him the eggshells so he can sprinkle some down in this bed. Just sprinkle it all around. This is what we do every year. And then I'm probably also going to get some type of soil conditioner, not for this bed, but for some of the other ones. But that is the first step. And then we're going to mix this in real nice, make a level plane, and then I'm going to lay down some poppy seeds. All right, y'all, so we're going to lay down some poppies. So I flattened out my bed, put in some compost and some eggshells, and then I labeled some sticks here with the name of the poppy and the date that I am planting them. And today is 2/2/25, Black Swan, Swan Down. So first one that I'm going to put down here is some of my American Poppy Legion. And then all of these are going to get about 3 feet tall. So what is that, coming up to about my hip?
Yeah, about thigh.
So they're all going to get to be about the same size. So what this whole bed is going to be filled with poppies. So I'm going to do a row of Poppy American Legion, a row of the Black Swan, and a row of the Swans Down. And then I'm going to put a marker on each side, right? So which ones do I want? You'll be able to see all of these. But I think I'm going to go this way with it.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to put my black swans here on the end. And I got more in the house. I just didn't bring them out. And I'm going to do my American Legion will be in the middle. The second one over. And then my swans down, which is the big white poppy, will be in this lane here. And then I'm going to end each lane. So this is my swan down. Let's have another one in my pocket. So you see, you're basically going to take it up this way. So I'm going to end it there. And we're going to do that to all of them. All right, y'all. So the seeds are really little, really tiny. You can see them all in there. So I'm going to put a couple of them in my hands. I'm not going to use all of my seeds here. Put a nice amount there, though. So that's probably a third of the bag. And then these are surface sown. So you just take your seeds and sprinkle them on top of your bed here. And that is the American Legion. The next one over. I have to switch those because I just messed that up. The next one over is going to be, let me switch these now. Put my American Legion here. Yes. Okay. The next one is the Black Swan. Same here. You can see there are a lot of seeds. They give you about 300 or so in the bag. So these are the Black Swan. Put about a third of the bag in and sprinkle it. So I have space here for another row because I have another poppy in the house. I think it's the California poppy. And then my last one here is my swans down. Same deal. And I'm not going to do anything to these. And don't worry, if it snows again, that will be just perfect. They love it. They need to be, it's called cold stratification, where some seeds need cold weather first before they could even sprout. So these poppies is one of those plants. So you want to sprinkle those down. That was a lighter seeded poppy, so that's cool. All right, that's it. Just sprinkle and go. Just make sure you know that it's marked. All right, y'all.